into the grid rounds, guys.
And he is a different, he changed his name because he's on my friends list and he was a different name on my friends list. So I don't know who he was originally. So if anybody knows what his name was a month ago, that'd be, if you want to put that into the chat, that'd be great background information.
Cause I don't have a stick, and if you got a Hummer, you do suck a dick. That's cool, stay cool like a cucumber kid, cause you don't even know who you fucking with. I'm too fine with a mind so intelligent. You'll find this fella must be telekinetic, yet delicate. You think I'm embellishing? Hell, my bellow when I'm turning skeleton to gelatin. With new rhymes more compelling than the elephant. Lupine, big mouth like a pelican. Eloquent with
it was insolence, maybe, Jim.
Ah, yep, that could be.
Yeah!
And I start GGs, so Nogrim is on.
So Nogrim is going to move on to round 7?
Yeah, so I think it is.
Yep, he will. And he'll be, it's Fargo versus Joe in the round 7 as well. So we may get invited to that.
Smash it too, so let's just say I'm gonna sing. Let me sing it, girl. Smash it, let me sing it, girl.
Nah. Huh. SCV love song.
Survive north of the wall.
Open the gate!
The Eagle. PG-13.
Simple life we lead as an SCV, working side by side for eternity. But if you're there, that's alright with me. If I'm called away to scout their base, the thought of you will keep me safe. And if circling spawn, I'll run away. We're there for each other.
You guys want to join in on me?
All right, what do we got, Jim?
We got Goody versus the Fresh One. Goody's a former CraftCup winner. So this should be a good game.
All right, let me go ahead and join in on you. Oh, yes, and I did get asked for that. Just keep in mind, guys, if you guys ask me on StarCraft, it's a little bit hard for me to see it when I'm doing the requests. So.
So we're going to see pink Protoss versus purple Terran. And we have seen a heck of a lot of Terran wins today.
That's right.
Are there going to, I mean, looking at round 7, are there going to be anybody who isn't Terran left?
Good question, Jim. I would love to see some Zerg games, and I know there are some other fans in the chat that want to see some Zerg games as well, but I'm going to take a minute here to go and get something to drink, so don't let them know we're ready yet.
Sounds good.
Good chip.
All right, I'm here. I'm back again.
Beautiful. And I think we're ready to rock and roll.
I think so.
So this is a round 6 match, which means we're more than halfway done.
And here we go. Getting right into the thick of it. All right, everybody, welcome to IMBA TV, where everything is in balance. I'm MC Duffson. With me is Jim Rayner. We're bringing you the Craft Cup number 28 Friday night esports event. We've got the fresh one facing off versus Goody, and it's going to be an interesting game here as we are in round number 6. So why don't you go ahead and take it away, Jim?
All right. Spawning on the right side of Lost Temple as Purple Terran is Goody, a former Craft Cup winner, and he won a Friday night Craft Cup game event. Friday night Craft Cup events, those are the toughest events with the most participants. The fresh one is spawning as Pink Protoss. I don't know much about him. McDuffs, if anybody else knows something about him and they want to give us a little yell or scream or whatever, that'd be great. The fresh one is warping in a pylon right beside his Nexus.
Yeah, and I have no idea about the fresh one. I'm sure he watches IMBA TV, though.
Now, I do notice that Goody is electing to put his supply depot. I like to put my supply depot right here as well. And the reason I do, even when I'm facing Protoss or Terran, is I just like to see if some guy's trying to sneak into my base. So maybe that's a noob move. I don't know. But the fresh one is warping a gateway right beside his Nexus. Now, this is Lost Temple, which is a 4-player map. These players randomly spawn in any 2 of those 4 positions, and it just so happens that these 2 players have spawned in positions that are the closest possible rush distance by land. The fresh one is electing to do some scouting with a probe. Goody has elected not to do any scouting at all. It'll be interesting to see if Show's no scout tactic begins to catch on with other Terran players.
It definitely seems to. A lot of Terran players don't seem to scout till after they get a Marine, or at least their barracks is up. But we do see a scout coming across the field, so that is not the case right now. As Goody goes in, and he's going to be able to see all of his opponent's base. He's going to see the gateway and the cybernetics core, as well as the one assimilator. So,
yep. He'll see it all, and also he's an advanced enough player. He realizes there can't be any other buildings on the map right now. 3 minutes into a game. Interesting, he's electing to wall off. That's not a common tactic. Now we're seeing a tech lab with the concussion shell upgrade being researched while a Marauder is being pumped out of that single barracks.
Another gateway being placed, another pylon being placed down. Nothing else coming out right now from the fair one, the fresh one. Yeah.
You have to be fair to the fresh one, that's for
right,
sure.
That's right. And look at this, we're going to have a 1 Marauder, 2 SCV push.
Yeah, well, you got this Marine here. Don't forget this little guy over
the
here,
little
too.
Marine,
This guy.
little Marine, that's right.
Now, look at this. We've got basically 2 refineries and 1 barracks. That's basically what he's built, what he's spending his money on. So I think Goody is going to try some kind of a push here, but he's going to be teching in the background of that push. Oh, look at that.
Look at that force field.
That Marauder's in a whole heap of trouble.
He's got nowhere to go.
Yep, here comes another Marauder.
In my mind, that force field seemed to work out for the best for the fresh.
Well, that Zealot's now dead, and now this is in big trouble. So big pressure by Terran.
That's right.
I mean, Goody forced a bunch of probes to come off of that line, and now with the concussion shell, I mean, every time any of the Protoss units go too far away, they get scorched. And look at this Stalker's in big trouble. Down it goes. Goody is on the move.
Marauder's just flowing into the front of the fresh one's base.
And the fresh one is warping in a robotics facility, so if he can get out Immortals, that'll be pretty good. He's got warp gate technology, but look at the Goody, constant early pressure, and he's funneling in probes in a parade lineup, which these Marauders just love. And these Stalkers, again, both Marauders are injured, though. They're not healthy.
And here comes the third one.
Yeah, so these Marauders, though, are not healthy. They are going to die. Now let's check out what Goody is doing in the background. What's he doing with all this gas?
Getting a factory, and there is actually a Stargate on the way right now from the fresh one.
And that would explain... Yep, that's true. The Stargate's almost completed. The fresh one is fighting off the Terran early aggression. I guess the one big problem... Protoss has got 4 less harvester units than Terran, and the problem is Terran adds mules to that. So
right.
over the last 5 minutes, Goody has had a huge economic advantage over the Fresh One during all this pushing, and also the Fresh One has been pulling probes off the line to fight off the early aggression. So Goody, by minute, we're now at 7.5 minutes, Goody's got 25 SCVs, and the Fresh One's got 20 probes, and I think Goody is just going to win this game economically.
He's got a very good head on the game here.
Yeah, absolutely. The Protoss army consists of 2 Stalkers, 1 Void Ray, and 1 Sentry, and this Void Ray is the wild card. Basically, Protoss is going to have to do a ton of damage with this Void Ray.
Agreed.
Now, the Fresh One, he isn't even chrono boosting in probes. In fact, he's not making probes at all. He's sitting on 20 probes, finally, and I don't see no probes.
Nope, no probes.
So
Chrono
I
boosting
think
going down on the Void Rays as
that's
the Void
bad.
Rays start to move forward. And are we going to see a forward pylon being... Yes, forward pylon placed down, low on the economy, needs to keep that probe rate going because, you know, Goody has 10 more harvester units than his opponent, as well as the mule. So this is going to make it very hard for the Fresh One, especially if he does a push now, Jim. He's going to leave himself open and vulnerable for a lot of different attacks.
There's basically 0 defense right now in the Protoss base. His entire army is focused right here. So meanwhile, Goody is doing a really well-rounded build. He's got Vikings, tanks, Marines, Marauders. I mean, Goody's ready for anything. And there we go. Here we go with the Void Rays. Siege tanks with Siege tank mode, and they're just going to beat up all these armored units. Here come the Void Rays, and the bad news. Man, oh man.
Yep. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen. There's no way you're going to be able to push up against a Terran wall.
And also, we got this here, this expansion orbital command up as well. So, I don't know. There's a wall and a bunker and all kinds of stuff.
And look at that Viking with the range doing great damage to those Void Rays.
Yeah. Now, the Void Rays may have found a good position, but now there's a second Viking, and one of the Vikings does go down. These Void Rays are badly damaged, though, at this point.
That's right. And
you
can't heal a Protoss unit, so they're going to be having a hard time.
And here come the Marines.
That's right.
So the Fresh One is doing his best, but down goes one Void Ray, another Void Ray with almost no health left. The forward pylon's not bad, but in any event, Goody has now up to 2 factories and 1 starport, so he's got lots of high-tech units he can warp in. The Protoss army consists of 6 Stalkers, 2 Sentries, 1 Immortal. However, Goody now has twice as many... Look at all those
Mules
SCVs.
And SCVs.
And look at this.
That's right. And we are only sitting at 21 SCVs from the Fresh One. He has a chrono-boosted Nexus, but it's not producing any, probes.
So I don't know. I don't see what the Fresh One can do at this point. 2 Void Rays now. And we'll see how long Goody is expanding. Go ahead.
And Goody is going to be finished up with another command center, as well as an armory, and a factory is on the way as well. So 2 factories and 3 factories is going to be the score here. And looking at it, Goody is in one of the best positions so far.
And Goody's obviously got the siege tank upgrade, but he's also now going for the Helion Blue Flame upgrade, which fancy talkers like you like to call the Infernal Pre-Ignite